you can see, the title of this video is How I Got Scammed Out of $27,000 Twice. So I actually lost $27,000. I didn't lose $54,000. But when you watch the video, you'll understand why I said twice. So back in March of 2017, someone hacked into my computer. I'm not sure exactly how they did it. Maybe they added spyware and got access to my computer so they could kind of see everything I was doing on my computer. So they saw my Chase bank account logon, and they got access to my Chase bank account, and they wired 8 amounts out to somebody, either themselves, or they sent out 8 wires. It was 4:01 p.m. my time. I got this email saying, your account, you sent out these wires, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, a lot of them. There was 8 of them, totaling $36,000. I think I noticed it closer to 5 o'clock, the email, and I got a little alarmed. I went into my account. This didn't look right. So I called Chase right away. So within an hour, I even have the automatically generated email from Chase. On 3/27 at 6:05 p.m. I called. This actually says, thanks for calling about transaction you don't recognize. Your claim number is this. And then just give some basic information. So the claim's open. So I called her right away. I go into the branch the following day, my local branch. I know pretty much assures me that transactions haven't gone through yet. It's still processing. It takes 2 days. Stop it. No need to stress, because it's a pretty stressful situation. I mean, I'm a small business. I'm not a billion-dollar bank. $30,000 hits me pretty hard, and not just the money, just the fact that someone could see everything I was doing on my computer and then could totally ruin everything. I mean, you feel really exposed, like taken advantage of. But But just the money aspect, Chase was pretty confident, at least the banker was pretty confident. Don't worry, we'll stop it. And even if it did go through, that's our job. That's why you go to Chase. We'll protect you. Because I got a phone call from some girl, and she said to me, why did you take $5,000 out of my bank account? And I said, because you stole this from me. This is fraud. What do you mean I took $5,000? What she did is enter the job post on Masa.com. And her job was to receive $5,000, withdraw that money, and then Western Union it out to somebody. I mean, it doesn't make sense, because it doesn't matter where you live. I could pay people in other countries. It's pretty easy. She's a college kid. She didn't realize what she was doing. When I contacted Chase contacted all the banks that the money went to and reversed everything. So this girl received $5,000 into her bank account, cashed the money out, and then saw the reversal. She panicked. She doesn't have $5,000, and the bank said, we can't do anything for you unless you get a police report. So she went to the police in Florida, where she lives. She got a police report. She was able to get the bank to listen to her and close the account down. She's not really responsible for that. She doesn't have the $5,000 anyway. So I'll just show you these are what the hackers did, and maybe this can help someone identify this so you don't get screwed, and I don't get screwed, or a business owner like me doesn't get screwed. The fraudsters, whatever you want to call them, she received these instructions. You have the following amount, 5,003 USD. And one of the transactions is 5,003.83. And actually her name is there. I crossed it out because these aren't like crooks. These are people who got conned like me, so I don't want to put their names on the internet, so I crossed them out. But her name is there. Mary, I'm going to call her, the college kid. 5,003 USD. It includes your bonus payment for correct and successful completion of the tasks. In case you have not met the deadline, the bonus payment will be canceled. Please read the instructions carefully. Print them I'm reading this verbatim. I think they meant out. Print them out or copy accurately. Part 1. The amount, $4,900, necessary to complete the transactions has to be withdrawn from ATM or your bank account in cash. Cash is capitalized. Therefore, you have to visit your bank in person, no, and that's capitalized, online transfer accepted. So they don't want any kind of way to track it as limited as possible. So they wanted to get actual cash. When you withdraw the funds from your bank, please remember to honor confidentiality. See handbook and employment agreement to avoid any misunderstandings and delays. The bank will probably ask you the origin of the transaction. You should answer that it is a private remittance. Step 1. Western Union assignment. Recipient, Ruslan Efremochkin. 2,000 USD. So she had to take 2,000 cash to Western Union to send to Ruslan. Nice enough to give her banks she can go to in Florida, in her local area, to get the actual money and to do all these transactions. So please visit any Bank of America branches. For example, there were more. And please put the funds in cash, 2,900 USD, to recipient, Mad Cats Inc. LLC. These are all fake companies, and if you look at, you can't find them anywhere. Recipient address, 4330 Southwest 11th Street, Coral Gables, Florida. Recipient bank account number. And they give a bank account which is inactive now. Bonus payment for this task is 103 USD. So she sent $4,900 out, the 2,000 Western Union, 2,900 to this bank account in Bank of America. So the 103 left over is her fee. In case you complete the task successfully before the deadline in 3 hours. So obviously they want to get it done real fast. They don't want to wait a day, because then I notify my bank and then they'll never get their money. They want to get it as quick as they can. So if she does it within 3 hours, an additional bonus payment, 100 USD, will be added to your next coming salary. So I'm sure she did it in 3 hours. Please confirm that you have understood all the instructions in details. And she sent the Bank of America statement, $2,900 that she had to put into this account. This is hard to see, the Western Union receipt. It's $2,000 minus $115 transfer fee. I guess that's Western Union's fee. So, and I even have the snapshots of her bank account showing the negative balance. So I mean, if this is not proof, I mean, I'm not just saying it's obvious fraudulent activity because I didn't do it myself, which I didn't do it. I wasn't lying to Chase, of course. I didn't do it. But I have someone who did the fraud, who gave me all the information. I mean, I don't know what else I need to prove this is fraud. And this is filed with the sheriff's office. It's a legitimate police report. So she filed a police report on March 30th, 2017. At this time, Officer X, I crossed that out, responded to this address, Estero County, Florida, reference to report of fraud. Mary did some online research and found my business because she saw I was on the wire. My company name was on the wire. So she Googled that company and found me. Thank God she did, because I have all this proof. If without this, and Mary provided the information about the company she worked at, my company. And then it says Mary will forward to Officer X via email all the documents and information. And it says Officer X was assigned to this report and made contact. Actually, this is a higher up officer who was assigned to the case because it was a large dollar amount, and made contact with Mary. It was such a large dollar amount because not only was $5,003 deposited into the account, but Bank of America also noticed a lot of activity. Police in Lee County had to turn over the case to the FBI, who are investigating it further. Unfortunately, I have not been able to get anything from the FBI about the case, but I'm still trying to get information, and I may do a follow-up video if I get more information on that. So this is all the proof in the world. I mean, first of all, I shouldn't have to prove to Chase it. If I'm telling Chase I didn't do it. So I woke up, I remember waking up one day on the 25th of May, 2 months later, with a negative $27,000 in my account. This is really blown up. I panicked. I was really concerned. Because when something like this happens, when a lot of money gets stolen from you, or you feel like you've been taken advantage of, every day I'm looking at my Chase account thinking it's going to happen again, even though I wasn't expecting it to really happen again. It's so traumatic experience, and it did. Again, a huge chunk of money came out of my account. So I'm going nuts. I go to my banker. No, Chase didn't call me. Chase didn't email me. Chase didn't notify me. They just took the money out, you know. Last time they took the money out, the fraudster took the money out, I get hit with an overdraft charge, right? Of course, Chase makes me whole. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have tons of money. I could have been overdrawn, and I have to pay employees. I have to pay rent. If I'm not overdrawn that day, I'll be overdrawn within a few days. I have to pay those bills. Nobody even mentioned anything to me of Chase. It was just a negative $27,000, which wasn't the amount, because it was around 36 that actually was taken out. So I went to my banker, 3 hours with Chase. He called everybody in the fraud department. The retail bank, the place you go to bank, it's a totally separate business. It's almost like not even Chase. One's Chase, one's Chase 2. Two totally different companies. They talk to each other just like I could talk to Chase over the phone and in person, but when you have a huge bank, I worked at Chase in New York City, in the corporate office. Definitely not this, and something totally different. But in these large, huge companies, they're so separate. Nobody knows what anybody's doing. So, anyways, he calls the fraud department. He keeps elevating it over 3 hours almost. Talks at as higher a person he can talk to. They pretty much said 2 months of investigation. What we uncovered was it came from his logon, his Chase logon, which was true. I agree. It did come from my logon. And it came from my IP address. So it looked like it came from my computer from my job. So that's 2 months of investigation. I have tons of investigation, and I'm just a guy looking for it. They're a huge company that probably deals with fraud cases on a daily basis in millions and millions of dollars all the time. That's all they said. That's all we came up with. This is not fraud. And I finally got a letter from them, because I got a lawyer involved, several $1,000s in lawyer fees, $30,000. So if I pay $5,000 lawyer fees, it's worth it, I guess. So I finally got a letter from them, because my lawyer wanted at least something, so that them saying that they weren't going to give me my money. And the letter's dated May 18th. And you could even see the transaction was May 25th. I mean, maybe they put a letter to May 18th, but I've never gotten it. So they dated it a week before they took the money out. I wish they could have told me this. Dear, that's my company. And it has a date of inquiry, which is interesting, 4/6. And you saw all the records. I submitted it on 3/27. The inquiry was on 3/27 before anything went through. It's 4/6, which is well past, but whatever. They dated it 4/6. We've thoroughly researched your dispute and wanted to thank you for providing your information. That was nice. They thanked me for doing a ton of work and, stress, losing sleep. We decided the account transactions you reported on 4/6. I reported on 3/27 or 3/28. We decided the account transactions you reported were correct. So they're saying the transactions were correctly done. We will reverse the temporary credit. So what Chase does, they automatically credit me the money once I open up the fraud case, saying that I'm correct. They do their investigation, and if they say, okay, it was fraud, they would say we're done. But in this case, they say it's not fraud, so we're going to take the money back. 27,317 spot 18, and this is 27,342.18. So this was nice. The $25 fee for the transaction, they took that back. They took the fee back. That was good. The banker said, don't worry about the fee. So we've included a summary of your transactions. If you have any questions or would like to request the information we use for our research, please call us anytime. Sincerely, Chase. Originally there was 8 transactions. They reversed 2. They let 6 go through. I don't know why they reversed 2. I get conflicting stories. I'm told that certain banks will reverse the money and other banks won't. And then another story is depends on your timing when you reported the activity, if you gave it enough time. I reported all the same day, and they reversed 2 out of 8. And the one that they apparently reversed, the 5,003.83 from Mary's account, I'm getting hit for. I'm still paying this because this is part of the 27,000, part of the 6. So why did that money get reversed in Mary's account? So what can I do? I'm just a small business owner. I'm not a $1 billion bank. So what I should have done from the start is file a police report. Even not to get my money back, that's just what you're supposed to do, because if these things happen more and more, the police have record of it. So I should have done this from the start. I'm naive, never been in the situation. So I went to the police on May 31st, a few days after they took the money out. Even a police officer asked me, who took the statement, he said, would you have reported this if Chase didn't take the money back? I said no, because I didn't even think. I thought it was between me and Chase. I didn't even think to waste the police time and if everything was cleared up, but I guess I should have done this from the start. But anyways, got reported he was a victim of multiple counts of fraud. I total loss of $27,000. And it's just kind of similar to Mary's report. It's just a breakdown of all the information, a breakdown of the charges. And the police officer said, I've never heard of a bank giving you the money then taking it back. And apparently that if it's a small dollar amount, they'll just give you the money. But if it's a large dollar amount, like over $1,000, and this is a lot more than $1,000, they make it really, really difficult to get your money back. And the way I felt when I first got frauded out of the $27,000, that's why I say twice. It really bothered me, and I felt exposed, but I felt I have this bank protecting me, which was nice, because that's what I thought they would do. And I pleaded with them, you got to stop these transactions. Don't even let them go through. Don't let them go through and pull it back. Just stop it before it goes through. But they didn't stop it. But I felt 10 times worse when Chase took the money back, because I expect the fraudsters, this is what they do. I didn't expect Chase. I feel like they frauded me, because pretty much when I came to Chase, I said 8 transactions went through, and these were fraudulent activities. They didn't come from me. 2 months later, Chase says the activity was correct. It did come from you. So pretty much Chase is saying I'm lying. So that's why it just feels so much worse. You think you have a relationship and a trusted bank, and they don't trust you at all. They don't even want to hear anything. It's just so hard to get through to anybody. And the way I think about it, if you ever watch those TV shows, Intervention, those shows where people have these traumatic experiences and they need to find something to self-medicate. So people turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, something else, maybe something violent, to make themselves feel better. And I always look down on people like that. I'm like, if I was in a bad situation, traumatic experience, I think I could handle it. I don't think I would turn to drugs. That would make things worse. But like, there were times, I know I don't do drugs and I rarely drink, but there were times throughout this event that I felt so hopeless that I wanted something, an escape. Of course, time heals all, so take advantage of. Now I feel a lot better as time went on, but I could totally understand why people do that, why people turn to drugs or alcohol or other vices. So I'm doing this story, of course, to get it out there, to help others, and to maybe even put pressure on Chase. If this got a lot of views and people shared this, people may connect with me, or maybe this has happened. Because if I was a lot of people, I know a lot of people, if $27,000 came out of their account, that's it, they're toast. They can't spend $5,000 in lawyer fees to try to get that, they're done. They just have to accept it. I was able to get a lawyer, and if we asked Chase to relook at all this information again, they said they will. I'm not sure if they will or if they'll turn it around. But if they don't give me my money back, we're gonna proceed with a class action lawsuit, because this has probably happened to a lot of other people before. And for Chase to try to ignore as much as they can so they take my money is just unacceptable. So the summary of everything is, I got $27,000 stolen out of my account. I told my bank, I reported to my bank. My bank turns around and says I lied. They took the money back. So we really have to live in a world where anybody can go into your computer, virtually get access to your computer, steal money from you, make it look like you did it, and that's it. I'm not putting my money under a mattress. That's what they did in the Great Depression. But going through this, you start to question things. And if anything like this has happened to you, please email me, leave a comment, share the video, because maybe we can fight someone like Chase. We can put pressure on them. And we don't, who wants to feel taken advantage of? I sure don't. I know how it feels, and I'm sure you don't either. So thanks for watching.